Probably a lot of you have heard the word or the phrase divine intervention. And this whole divine intervention that we're experiencing right now, to me, is like a divine uh, uh, disruption, right? It's really, really, really disrupting our business. And one of the things that we have to do is we have to think about the solutions to this disruption. What can we do to take advantage of these opportunities? Well, when we think about virtual training, you got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, guess what? You're not going to get there. And it's a real simple format here: who, what, when, where, why, and how. So who needs training, right? Think about this with your company right now. Who needs the training that you need to be working on right now in the absence of going out and actually running calls? It sounds like the government wants to pay you to stay home right now, right? So we want to stay distant, but they also want to say, look, we want you to be ready to go when you get back out there in the field. When we release the floodgates, we want you to be sharp. We want you to be sharpening your axe right now. So the question you need to ask right now is, who on your team needs training, and what skills do they need? What are the things they need? Do they need help in answering the phone and dealing with the stuff that Brigham was just talking about? Do they need the stuff that Jen was talking about and Matt was talking about in terms of their ability to communicate, right? When should we train? Well, right now is a really good time, right? Right now is a really good time, because if you're not out running calls, you're on the bench. You ought to at least be sharpening the saw, so to speak. Like, we need to get where we can do this stuff. Where can we train? Well, obviously we're limited right now. We're very limited in where we can train, because right now we're mostly on lockdown throughout the entire country. So the where answer is right here where you are right now. I mean, we had over 1,000 people registered for this webinar. That's amazing. That's amazing to get that many people on a webinar at the same time to talk about these subjects. But you people are actually doing what we're talking about right now. You're embracing the opportunity to change your way of doing things. Because I promise you, normally on Friday afternoon, you wouldn't be here doing this, or Friday morning, depending on which time zone you're in. Why? Why is the skill that you're trying to train for important? You know, why is it important that people are able to actually have a proper conversation with the customer? Why is it important that you can determine a safe or unsafe system operation? And then how? How are we going to justify the investment in training? I've heard way too many times, you know, I don't want to spend a lot of money on training because what if they leave? All right. We all know the rest of that story. You know, worst case is, what if you don't train them and they stay? Right? We're not interested in that either. So what we're really looking for is, we're looking for a trained force that can take us to this next level, because this new normal, we got a lot of new skills we need to be looking at. So one of the things we did is we started cataloging the training courses that are available to you. If you're a part of this family, if you're part of the Goodman and Manna and Franklin family, you have a lot of resources that are available to you. And we've put together a training course catalog, and we'll continue to expand this as more courses become available. But with this, and I know it's difficult to see in this small of a format, but once you get this catalog in your possession, you're going to be able to explore it in a variety of ways. You can look at it from a course title standpoint, what phase in the HVAC business cycle does this support? Who is, what is the type of course? Who's the vendor that's teaching it? Those types of things are all available on this page. You can also go in there and select stuff. So if you're looking for instance, advanced technical training, you'll be able to just click on one of the drop downs and say, I'm just looking for advanced technical training. Or if you're just looking for financing information, or if you're just looking for instance, I don't know, an EGIA class, you can go in there and say, I just want to look for vendor equals EGIA, and it'll pull it up, right? So you have the ability to select in this database. Very simple. And the third piece is the why, the who, right? So we think about the who here. For each course, you're able to say, of my sales, service, installation, and administration teams, is this a managerial level class? Is this an administrative class? Or is this a technical level class? So you'll be able to make a plan for what course a person needs to attend. So you can decide who needs what training once and then implement that as you go forward. And then you wind up with a plan, right? Then you work that plan. So this is just an example of a service technician master training plan where there's a variety of skills that the owner, the boss, wants to actually get into that person's head, into their toolbox, so to speak. And then what's the course that they want them to take, whether it's an online course or a live course. We will get back to live training one day, people. But right now, you could focus all your efforts on remote courses, right, on online courses, and make a plan for how you want to get it done. And then as you get them completed, the last 3 columns on here is when did you complete it? How much was that cost? And what was the result of that class? What was your thought or your evaluation of that workshop? Because one thing you for sure want to know is from your people that you send to classes is you need to find out from them, did they find the training important? Did they find it good or bad, right? You need to know what their opinion of the training is, because if you understand that, then you know whether or not you want to continue or not. So we got a free training planner for you, right? This is a big Excel spreadsheet. If you go to ncilink.com/trial, at the bottom of that page, you're actually also going to get a free 30-day NCI membership trial, which includes some online training as a part of that. If you type in the invite code of Thriving, we will know exactly where you found out about this, and we appreciate it.